I'm so grateful for this music. The place that I personally contemplate the entire universe is by the seaside. And for us to be speaking of water today and to have such an introduction, the spacious introduction to our possibilities today, I'm deeply grateful. Good morning. Good morning. And welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation at Shelter Rock. My name is David Carl Olson. I serve here in the care of our lead minister, Reverend Dr. Natalie Fenimore, and I am awaiting, in just a few more weeks, the arrival of our new ministerial colleague, Reverend Megan Henry. What rich energy we've had in this space this weekend, including Friday night's Soulful Sundown service, yesterday's National Coming Out Day film, and yesterday's memorial service for Yvette St. Jacques. I was reminded that after last week's workshop on having difficult conversations, that a person who embodied the kind of energy that we were trying to create, the welcome and good humor that our congregation aspires to make commonplace among us, is the late Cello da Silva. I want to welcome Cello's energy into the room today. We are a leader-full congregation, including a settled lead minister and an elected board of officers and trustees. May I welcome, and will you join me in welcoming to the pulpit, our congregational president, Amy Bella Ripley.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, morning. And I tried to get Larry to do this again, but he said no. He was so great last week. All right, let me find my spot here. Sorry, lost it. Whether you're a visitor, a newcomer, or a longtime member of this congregation, you are welcome here. Wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. In this community, we use science, reason, and an open heart to explore life's many mysteries. To learn more about this congregation and the Unitarian Universalism, please visit our welcome desk in the lobby or go to UUCSR.org. The Board of Trustees invites you into the fuller life of this congregation. This afternoon, our Social Justice Committee, along with the Islamic Network of Nassau County and friends from the Jewish Voices for Peace, will present the internationally recognized film From Ground Zero. This extremely hopeful film is a compilation of 22 short films shot in Gaza during 2023 and 2024. Filmed by Palestinian directors and produced for the international distribution by Michael Moore. This will be a rich opportunity for us to witness a work of cinematic art and to be in relationship with other religious communities.
On Friday, be here this afternoon. Okay. On Friday, I'd like to invite you to join in a new initiative called Living a Public Life. We'll participate in a series of workshops on building public power through one-to-one relationships. We'll spend some time thinking about the difference between our personal friendships and our public relationships. And we'll talk about what has shaped our personal perspectives and how we choose our collective actions. And we'll develop what I hope will be an ethos of mutuality. And on Saturday, please come to our Halloween party in a haunted beach house.
Spooky. And next Sunday, October 19th, please bring your companion animals to a service of blessings. Bring your animals, bring photographs, chew toys, or collars of animals no longer with us. Bring plush animals that accompany you to bed, and share some love for our animal companions. At Shelter Rock, we aspire to be a loving religious community where we can grow spiritually and build a more just and joyful world. You are welcome to join us on the journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. I'm going to invite us all to actually say the opening words together. Would you rise in body and spirit as you are able? You will see on the screen, or you could read in your hymnal at number 483, these words of Wendell Berry. We're not in a rush. This is poetry You would give it some space. How's that? When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound of fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time I rest in the grace of the world and am free. Take a breath and let it out, and please be seated. These words are from Reverends Mel Hoover and Rose Eddington. Water unites us. All water is one water, shape-shifting as it goes on and on in an unending cycle. The stream we gather by, the river about which we will soon sing, these unite us with all the waters of the world, for all life depends on water. That's why this common, everyday element on which our very lives depend is sacred. In our thankfulness for water, and as we light our chalice, let us remember to honor, cherish, and care for it, for our own lives, for all life touched by water, and for those generations which will come after us. Please rise in body and spirit and join me in singing There's a River Flowin'. Now, I will tell you, I have an opinion here, and you're going with my opinion, which is that Unitarian Universalists live a lot of our lives up here. So we're going to start with the river flowing in our mind, and then we're going to allow the river to flow a little in our heart. And then maybe we'll even go toward Emerson's notion of the oversoul. We'll go deep into the soul. How's that? Let's try it.
And it's telling
big breath. And let energy pass through your body. When you breathe, you're not just breathing gases, you're breathing water that's in the air. Take a deep breath. Yes. Take a deep breath, earth to sky. Now, I'm not going to take a test, but I'm hoping right now all of you have slightly elevated cheekbones. And your faces are spacious and ready to make a promise, because that's what we do each week when we come together. We renew our promise to the things that we affirm as a faith community in words and then in song. Will you join me for this great promise? Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve human need. This do we affirm and covenant with each other. From all that dwell below the skies, let songs of faith and hope arise. Let peace, goodwill on earth be sung through every land, by every tongue. Please be seated. It has been a great joy this week to work on this service with other members of our community, other ministers, our staff, many volunteers. But I think maybe for me, pardon me, most precious conversations were with Winterflower Robinson, who offers this reflection.
Hey, Washe la hope nasin la pe. Thank you, Creator, because we live to see another morning. Water. Water is all around us. It is part of our physical body. Our body, depending on our age and gender, is made up of an average of 60% water. You walk, you drive, you run any distance, you'll see water. It could be a lake, a pond, a puddle, a stream, an ocean. Me be, you, tiny. Water is everywhere. Now, I live close to an ocean, and I cannot tell you the peace that I get just going down there and looking out onto the ocean, taking in its beauty and the vastness of this magnificent living gift. Water is essential in various sectors: agriculture, farming, maintaining livestock. For many, water's only importance is that it's a commodity. But for Native Americans and Indigenous people, water is sacred. Water is alive. It's an intricate part of our culture, identity, spirituality, and survival. Water is life. I don't know if you could see the shirt that I'm wearing today, but it says, "We cannot drink oil." Water is life. It says it all. I am Chief Winterflower of the Northeastern Native American Association. My blood is Ramapo Lenape. I am of the Deer Clan. Some of my cousins still live on the Ramapo Mountains. But I imagine that my ancestors, many of them, lived in the Delaware region near the Delaware River. The Nalapes consider the river as their life blood. Lenapes, as most Native American and Indigenous people, view water as a living entity. It is not just a resource. It is a vital part that connects all living beings. Native American and Indigenous people believe that everything in the world embodies a spirit, water being one of those spirits, and it must be respected and treated with care. Water plays a crucial role in Native American and Indigenous peoples' cultures, but I must say it is unfortunate that nearly half, about 48% of Native Americans and Indigenous households in Native American and Indigenous living communities, particularly on the res, lack access to clean and reliable water sources. Now, clean water is a basic necessity which should be available to everyone. I'm sorry I digressed a little bit there, but I felt this was important. Important for everyone to be aware that this is still happening in 2025. But going back to the role that water plays in American and Indigenous cultures, the river embodies spirits of our ancestors. We revere all nature, the mountains, the trees, the birds, the stones. The river is seen as a living entity on its own. Ceremonies took place at the riverbanks, with rituals such as purification and healing, celebrating the seasonal changes and the renewal of spirit. We gathered socially to maintain the harmony with nature and within our community. Water is viewed as a conduit for spiritual energy, and water links the physical realm to the spiritual world. The interconnection between water, land, and all living things is fundamental. Native American Indigenous beliefs about water is rich, as I said, in the spirituality and culture. And our beliefs emphasize the sacredness, the interconnectedness, the responsibility and stewardship in protecting our waters. These feelings are not only vital to our cultural identity as Indigenous people, but as they offer insight into how others can practice sustainability, stewardship, enabling these practices to benefit all of humanity. By listening to and learning from Native Americans and Indigenous people about the sacredness of water, about what it means to our culture, to your culture, everyone could, would, and should have a better understanding of the importance of water and the need to respect and honor and most definitely preserve. Doesn't matter what language you speak or where you come from. You can say the river and the ocean, pri, as in the Lenape language, agua, as in Espanol, the Spanish language, or just plain water in English. It is not just for us. Clean water, accessible water, to protect and honor water as a living entity to be passed to future generations. The seventh generation. Aho, Lapishnewe. I will see you again. Many blessings.
I felt somebody wanting to applaud. I hope, Winterflower misses being close to us. She's here every week online, which is very precious. I bet some of us might even send her a note saying thanks. I did want to call attention to this beautiful vessel that Katie decorated for us today. It's from the Akana Pueblo people, and it's just so appropriate, I think, for our work today. I'm going to lower this a little. Each month during worship, we share an opportunity toward living our Unitarian Universalist values in the world by acts of generosity to bring about positive change. This month, we are invited to support the Church of the Larger Fellowship, and especially their prison ministry. The Church of the Larger Fellowship is a UU congregation with no geographical boundary, serving over 3,700 members globally, 1,800 and maybe even 2,000 of whom are people who are in prison, incarcerated in the United States. Your weekly or monthly contribution helps sustain this network of religious liberals committed to providing prison ministry and working for justice. There are ways to give. I think they're in your order of service and up on the screen, QR code, PayPal, dropping a donation in the lobby. There's a box. If you write a check, please put October offering. That helps us to keep track of it. And we are totally happy to receive cash. You may also do what I did. I go to the giving page on the UUCSR.org website to set up a recurring payment. Personally, I give $100 a month to this special offering. I'm going to invite you to rise in body and spirit and to dance a little bit as we talk about our interconnectedness and the beauty of the contribution we make by singing together, "From You I Receive." You may remember that we reach out to someone and pull them into our heart. We touch our own heart and we reach back to them. And then we indicate a little bit that we share. And then we always conclude by a little bow. And you can really do this to another human being, not just to the abstraction, all right? Please rise in body and spirit as you will, and let's sing. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. These offerings are gratefully received by those who would be good stewards of justice, equity, and compassion in this house, in this county, and even unto the universe. Big breath and let's sing a little more. 1, 2. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. Please be seated. Nine years ago, hundreds of people from across the country joined thousands of members of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, among other Indigenous people, to protest the construction of the Dakota Access Pipeline, whose route was to cross through sacred lands and to cross the Missouri River, just north of the reservation. Many Unitarian Universalist ministers joined the encampment, including Reverend Kristen Grassel-Schmidt. The following is an excerpt of her witness. Over 500 years ago, European governments adopted something called the doctrine of discovery. Any lands and resources not already ruled by a Christian European monarch automatically became the property of whatever government whose subjects traveled to it and occupied that territory. This doctrine of discovery is what legitimized the colonization of the Americas and later other lands, and the genocide and enslavement of millions of indigenous peoples. I want you to feel the great sadness that slowly settled into me. More every hour I was in that place, so saturated with over a century of loss and theft and violence. The sadness of knowing that my lifestyle is contributing to the hunger for oil. Sadness I felt as I learned that the police were using the same helicopters and planes along with sound cannons and huge prison yard lights to deprive the water protectors from sleep at night. The sadness that while I got to get back on a plane and fly home to my healthy family and the new home and job that I love, many of these peaceful and strong and admirable people would remain at the camp through the winter or go back to lives in which simply going grocery shopping can be impossible because racist cashiers routinely refuse to serve Native Americans. A water protector I met there named Shoshi reminded me of something I'd forgotten. The word apocalypse literally means the lifting of the veil, or the time when people begin to see what's always been there in front of them. We know that relying on oil to power our lives is bad for the earth, and as such, bad for us. Our culture has been working really hard for a really long time to ignore that truth. May my tiny contribution to supporting Indigenous self-determination and supporting the water protectors at Standing Rock, may the contributions of each of us in our own ways help tip our world into a new age. May the contributions of each of us help tip our world into a new moral revival, where people are valued more than profits, where the health of our planet is valued more than lifestyle and convenience, and where love of human diversity is valued more than fear. Thank you, Reverend Grassel Schmidt. Those days of learning, days of protest and witness, days of sacred ceremony and personal reflection, those days were also days of artistic creativity, of the many musical contributions that emerged from Standing Rock. One of the most widely performed selections is by Sarah Thompson, Mniwachoni, Water is Life.
All my relations
Thank you so much. The United Nations Declaration is that water is a fundamental human right. Our Unitarian Universalist Service Committee heard that call from the United Nations and understands that for much of the world, it is women and girls who transport water. Thus, their work to promote access to clean water is a human rights question, is a women's rights question, and to the extent that it calls for the preservation of water itself, is a question of ecological justice. Water is life. The question of access to water is not only a question for the reservation or for the lesser developed areas of a developing world. It is a dire question for places that are at war. Access to water has become a weapon in wartime. Our inability to bring water to those suffering is, I believe, an indictment of the governments of the world, including our own. Whether we're talking of the challenges of war in Gaza, where women and children and elders lack access to water, or any of the places of the world where we allow war to continue and where we participate in war. We must be mindful that water is life. We cannot comprehend the pain that the weaponization of water causes, the illness, the death. And we pray, and I hope we act to end war. We know that war is death, and we affirm that water is life. This notion has a special meaning for us in this congregation. When we made the choice to move to this land, and you'll forgive me, I don't call it our property, because I think of property as theft, but that's another story. but this land that we now are called to steward. Not to own it, it owns us. But this land that we are called to steward, we chose to become the water protectors of an aquifer which is under this land that we steward. We strive to walk lightly on this earth and this land, knowing that we are surrounded by golf course neighbors and others, general landscaping on Long Island, where people use chemical fertilizers and weed controls. We are moving toward a way of being that does less harm. We are learning, and we hope that our witness encourages others to protect that rich resource, both in this area and across Long Island, because water is life. The earth which carries us is a sacred place, and we, by our intentions and our actions, recognize that this is our holy place where we are blessed with love and amazing grace. Shall we rise in body and spirit to sing with one another when our heart is in a holy place? It's number 1008 in the teal, but I bet there'll be some lyrics projected up on the screen for you. And like much music, it works better if you just get a little motion in your body, all right? So just think of that. Please be seated. I'm going to ask you to maintain that holy place in your hearts for a little while longer. I am going to do what feels like an announcement, but you'll be fine. Next week, I hope that you'll plan to be here in the afternoon for the jazz concert next Saturday, October 19th at 1:30 p.m. So make sure when you bring your animals, they're ready to be in a jazz mood, okay? It's starring Alfonso Horn and the Gotham Kings. We're excited, looking forward to that. Today, I imagined that I needed to end the service a little early, which I did. All right, we did, okay. Because we will be hosting a quite wonderful film this afternoon, and before that, a wild Sunday cafe. A Sunday cafe where our board contributed some food and where the Muslim community provided some food. And 100 people are going to be joining us. I'm not sure if they're all coming to lunch. They certainly are coming for the film. So the way we've set up Sunday Cafe, there'll be a place for you to pay your $10. Everybody will do that. Or if you're a first-time visitor, you're absolutely free. And if you are not sure about the $10, just talk to me and we'll work something out. We'll say it's on us. That's what we'll do. Then there will be stations, and you don't have to go in the straight order, so you don't have to be in a line because there'll be a chicken station, there'll be a starches, potatoes and rice, etc. station, there'll be an appetizer station, there'll be a dessert station, there'll be a beverage station. So we'll just keep it moving, right? I don't want to see one long line where we don't get everybody into the film at 1 o'clock, all right? So I suggested that we would love to practice being excellent hosts, welcoming in people that we don't quite know, or some people that we've known for a long time, but that this is going to be a diverse time and a wonderful time and great different kind of food. If you'd like just roasted chicken, it's there. If you'd like something that's a little spicier, it's there too. If you'd like delicious rice with lentils, it's there. If you want potatoes, they're there too. So all of this food will be available to you. We're not going to separate ourselves out, but you must be a good host and welcome in our guests. Is that okay? Can we do that? Can we do that? All right. Thank you very much. And I will be reminding you a few minutes before 1 to come on in here because we must start the film at 1. Note to self, extinguish the chalice. Okay. I was reminded, by the way, when I was trying to look at this without my glasses on, that this morning my watch jiggled to tell me about the weather. And I looked at it and it said, oh, serene weather. Isn't that wonderful? Well, when I put my glasses on, it said severe weather. But no. I'm going to go with serene weather. How's that? People who know how to enter the holy place and hold it precious with one another. People who know how to open the doors to others and celebrate diversity of religion, diversity of opinion. People who have the capacity to be moved by all that life presents for us. And people who take seriously the notion that water is life. We extinguish this chalice, extinguishing the flame, but never extinguishing the light of truth, the warmth of community, the fire of commitment. No. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.